example is better than precept. Our chief guest has become an example to be an ideal Toastmaster, setting an example. He is a student of APIT, where he got his business administration degree. He did not confine his education only to education in his educational institution. He went one step ahead with forming a Toastmaster club in APIT. He is a charter member, and also for 2 consecutive years he has been the vice president for membership. Third year he became the president of the Toastmasters Club of APIT. He's so keen and interesting, as you said, that he wants to inspire people. He became the most popular extraordinary Toastmaster in the division H. Then he became the public relations officer of the division C. And also he became area governor for division J. Today he is here as our division governor. So he has been an ideal Toastmaster, setting an example for us. Before I invite him for his speech, I would like to ask him a question. I need this answer, for which I have been trying to find throughout my life. My question is, how did you become so pleasant and handsome?
That you need to ask my parents.
So, I need the answer in your speech. This is the answer I have been trying to find out throughout my life. What do you?
Thank you very much for that very flattering introduction. Good evening, Toastmasters and fellow friends. Thank you. It is indeed a very momentous occasion for each and every one of us. Now let me tell you why. 3 reasons. Firstly, we are in this organization that has transformed us for over 90 years. 90 good years. It has changed people's lives in making them better speakers and more effective leaders. And the other 2 reasons, well, that's quite personal to each and every one of us. You see, 2 sons of our soil have achieved great feats in both communication and leadership. I believe you all are aware of this. Not so long ago, or just a couple of days back, Dhananjay Hettiarachi won and was acclaimed the world champion of public speaking. And Mr. Arunachalam Balraj was elected as 2nd Vice President of Toastmasters International. Now, isn't that a great feat for each and every one of us? A true example marked by 2 great personalities that has rekindled the flame in each of our eyes to show that achieving great feats is possible. It is possible. If only you have that focus, that commitment, the consistency in whatever you do, and go for that goal, you can achieve this greatness. Now, our keynote speaker shared a little story of his life. I'd like to do the same. A moment that changed my life. It was not so long ago. In fact, it was a few days back. It was the Toastmasters International Convention in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Now, many of us have heard about these conventions, how it changes your life and how it makes you a great person. You've only heard and been told, but we have never seen. But I went there and witnessed this firsthand. So many of us boarded a flight and flew over to marvelous, mysterious, mischievous Malaysia. Yes. We went for many reasons, but the most underlying reason was to change ourselves, to transform ourselves to better leaders, better communicators who will create sustained change. So we got together people who were individuals, black, white, brown, tall, short, young, old, people from diverse cultures, backgrounds, nationals, in one flow, in one hall, to meet, to greet, to talk about each other's feet in this wonderful organization. It was indeed a great feeling. During fellowship, individuals you have never met in your life would come running towards you with a sparkle in their eyes, with their hands outstretched, asking to know who you are, where you're from. Would you be part of our meetings, our clubs? And to forge a friendship that would go beyond the convention walls. Great speakers with inspiring speeches showed us what persevering and commitment is all about. They struck every emotional string in our soul and showed us that it's okay if you fail, but as long as you come back out again, stronger, better, and more vigorous with that passion to succeed. Leaders were crowded in the halls, waiting to meet you and share the lessons they have learned and gained during their life. Lessons that added a lot of value about focus, about purpose, passion, and a plan to be successful no matter what. Friends, we went there for many reasons, but changed our life it did. This convention was indeed a life-changing experience. But this experience will only come to you, each and every one of you, if you go out there, spend some pennies, it doesn't matter, because what you're going to gain is much more. It's going to change you into an individual you thought you were never before. Trust me, it's not these conventions. It's the organization that allows this convention to happen that does this to you. Toastmasters International. And each and every one of you are part of this great organization. Let me rewind a little back in my life and share you another story of how I joined or was introduced to Toastmasters. You see, it was back in 2007 when I joined my degree. I was not the most senior in class, I was quite young, and all I wanted to do was keep up pace with the seniors. And I was scared of public speaking. I hated the fact that I had to come up there and talk to an audience, whether it be a presentation or anything. I used to freak and fear. But then, a Toastmasters club called Smedley came over and started this speech club program, which I reluctantly was dragged by a senior, because he felt that I should take the first step to speak up if I wanted to be able to present something to my class or my lecture. So I reluctantly went. And from the first day I stepped into that meeting, I was addicted to Toastmasters. I believe it was like my girlfriend. I would marry her if I could, but I feel like I've sort of married Toastmasters, because this was the sole entity that changed my life. From a person who was quite reluctant to come up and speak, from a person who shied away from responsibility, to someone who could somewhat speak to an audience, to an individual who can't wait for the next challenge. That's what this woman does to you. But let me tell you how. Firstly, it's the people within this organization that helps you, nurtures you to be great.
People who come together with different ideas, personalities, traits, who rub off their greatness on you while you're amongst them. That's what Toastmasters does. It brings people together, and then you realize that you're not just part of a club, you're part of an area, a division, a district, an international body that embodies great personalities who can come and change your life. So it's the people. The first element that I believe that really added value was the people of different natures. Yeah. The second was the meeting itself, the atmosphere. It was so good. It facilitated nurturing, fellowship, friendship. It made me feel comfortable to take that first step. I didn't feel scared because I knew I was talking to a familiar face who would always come back and give me feedback and support. So there I got comfortable. So my second reason for getting hooked. My third reason was that Toastmasters meetings was like a testing ground. Each time I got on stage, I felt I could test my aptitude, my appetite for anything I wanted. For all the young bachelors, if you want to ask your girlfriend, that's the best place to check your skills. For all the corporates, if you want to know how to handle a management interview or meeting, that's the best place to try that out. If you want to know how to fire an employee, that's the best place to try it out. Because this place gives you the opportunity to try, test and fail, no matter what. And there are enough people to get you back up. So, understand that you are in a place where you can trial, make errors, and also know that it will still lift you up to be great. Yeah? And so that is one of the most important things. And the next thing I like to share is the opportunities Toastmasters gives you. As you grow, you will realize that as you get better, there are more things you can look forward to. Whether it be speeches, whether it be leadership, you can keep growing. And you realize after a while, not today, not tomorrow, maybe a couple of months later, you realize that you are much better than you are today. But the most underlying reason which I believe, which this organization gives you that really changes you, is the feedback. The helpful, evaluative recommendations and feedback that really empowers you is something that each of us should really treasure from a Toastmasters meeting. Let me tell you why. How many of you would actually pay someone to tell you what is the most important thing that is holding you from being successful? Raise of hands, please. No one? That is unbelievable. You want to know what is holding you back from success? Now raise of hands. Sanjeev is raising his hand. Shema is raising his hand. Okay, so come on, you're getting that advice for free here. Now let me break it down to you and be a little more specific. Small steps, small consistent steps is what takes you to success. If you know you're making an or an in your speech, which you have to later deliver to an interview, that's going to hold you back from success. If you know that your gesture and your posture is not accordance with how you're personifying yourself to your friends and your peers, that's going to hold you back from success. And here, you are given feedback in a healthy, in a very constructive way, in a very empowering way, on why you should change or be better. And you're getting it for free or a very small sum. So, don't you think it's going to take you to success faster? It is going to take you to success. So now you've got it. Reasons why this environment, this organization will take you to feats of these two individuals. You can all do it if only you take the first step and try. I wish the incoming committee all the very best. You all have a fabulous year ahead, so make the most out of it. Thank you very much. Over to you, MC. I have another small request to our keynote speaker, Shyama. Sustained leadership is also about creating leaders who are more diligent and more strong communicators. So I would like your support to start a Toastmasters club at your mess, with your permission. Okay, so we got a new club here. Sanjeev, you have a lot of work to do. Thank you so much.